Standing up, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Right. There we go.
All right, everyone, we're going to get started with Coach Crean. We're going to start with an opening statement, and then we'll move to questions.
Well, I'm proud of the way we played to finish this week off with 3 games in a week and knowing that we had gone the way we had a week before. I was worried about the cumulative effect. We tried to tone our practices down time-wise, but you still have to prepare. You still have to practice to get ready to play. And I thought our guys tonight overcame that wall in the second half and played outstanding. To get 6 guys in double figures is huge. That's how we want to be able to play here. And I don't know if we'll get 6 guys in double figures every night, but the more we can, and the more we can get 4, 5, that's huge for us because that's the way that we're built. The keys to the game were going to be to defend the 3, and we held them to 4-23. To win the rebounding game, we won that by 15. We got out on the break. We created some turnovers, and something that we had not done here ever, we had 67 deflections. So, which is just a monster thing to us. So the stat sheet says Severe had a double-double. He had a triple-double because he had 10 deflections. Tamani had 14 deflections, again, for the second game in a row. Those are things that are tremendously important to us. 15 steals is great, but the deflections, drawing charges, getting hands on loose balls, getting tips, those are huge for us because we're not a big team. And we're gonna walk in with a size disadvantage many nights right now. But we can't walk in with a hustle disadvantage, and we can't walk in with an activity disadvantage. So a lot of really good basketball from a lot of people. I thought guys got better inside of the game. I think that was huge. Severe, he's just scratching the surface. He's passing the ball extremely well. He's scoring. When that jumper comes, and as we get him off the ball more, where we can get it back to him inside of the half-court offense, it's even going to get better. So a lot of good ball. And to know that, we didn't get the greatest game from Andrew Garcia because of the foul trouble and still have 6 guys in double figures, that's a good sign for us. So we were very concerned about this game. They have a tremendous shooting team. They're big. They're well coached. They're mobile. And really, really proud of the way we competed in the first half and the way we took charge in the second half.
All right, we're going to start with Anthony Dasher and then Andy Walsh.
Hey, Coach. If my math is right, coming into tonight, hasn't been a single player in the SEC with 10 assists. And now Severe has done it now for 3 straight games. You touched on him a second ago, but just the way he's just making this whole team run and execute when he's going like he is, everybody just feeds off of him.
No question about it. I mean, he's a charismatic kid, and he's a leader, and he's growing in his leadership all the time. He's a happy person, right? I mean, you can never win. All right. In football, you can't have a moody quarterback. You can't have a moody catcher in baseball, and you cannot have a moody point guard. You got to have. That doesn't mean that they don't get angry, but you've got to have somebody that's even keeled and excited, and people want to be around and they want to follow. And Severe is like that. Severe is absolutely like that, and he's getting better and better. And I think he's going to continue to get better. We're asking a lot of him, but he's delivering. He's doing an excellent job, and he makes a couple of his layups, and when that jump shot starts to go, it's going to be even better. But like I said, I think our challenge is we got to get him off the ball more, and so that he has it, he gives it up, he gets it back, he may give it up again, he gets it back, right? And I think that will increase the cutting game even more for us. So he's doing a really, really good job. Our offense is truly a work in progress. And I think it'll get better and better and create more space and freedom, and he'll be even better as we go. I don't know if he'll have 3 straight double-figure assist games every night, but I don't think it's ever been done here. So I don't think the 2 had been. So to have 3 is highly, highly impressive.
Hey, Coach. It seemed like a pretty comprehensive defensive effort tonight. How encouraging is that to see that this early in the year? And I know, it's not SEC play yet, but I guess there's been some promising signs so far. Yeah,
we have to be a team. I mean, we can never come in. We're going to be at a size disadvantage, but we cannot be at a tenacity disadvantage. We can't be at an activity disadvantage. We can't be at a togetherness disadvantage, right? So, like, when you're active, and I thought Justin Carr did a great job of setting the tone defensively. And he's another double-figure deflection guy. tonight, and to have him, and he was fresh, right? He was a little fresher than the other guys because he didn't do much on Wednesday in the walkthrough, and obviously didn't play Wednesday night. And so he was a real catalyst for us that way. And I think when you get guys that are active with their hands, when they're showing their length, moving their feet, and do we have guys that have got to get better? We've got to guard the ball better. We've got to guard the post better. But those are all things that we're going to continue to work on, and we think we can improve on. But we have to get a lot better. I mean, we've had a good week, but we've got to get a lot better because of the competition that we're going to see down the road, and because we'll have a size disadvantage. And so we've got to really make sure that we keep tightening things up every day.
Okay, up next, we're going to go with Davis Baker and then Ryan Curley.
Hey, Coach. You consistently talked about Jacksonville having some good shooters, but tonight you held them to 17%. So what was the game plan defensively, and how are you guys so effective limiting them from 30?
Well, we didn't want to give them space. I mean, these guys can back up. They've got some NBA plus range shooters with 0 and 23. So what we wanted to make sure that we did was challenge everything, right? Be there on the pass. Don't let them back up without us being there as well. You know, kind of where they were, we were, type of thing. And they're gonna be a good team. I mean, they're gonna be a very good team because they can really, really shoot the ball. 23 was shooting 70% coming into the game. 0 was shooting 54% coming into the game. 11 was shooting 54% coming into the game. And when you have that, plus you've got the scoring that Wood brings and Workman brings, those are problems. And so our guys in a one-day prep were really ready to go. And you know, we had some adjustments ready to go from practice yesterday that we didn't end up needing, so we can save those. But the biggest thing was we had to challenge shots, and we had to bring fatigue because you want to get into people's benches, and you want to get the fatigue level, especially for shooters. And they missed some open ones. I'm sure they missed some that they know could have gone down. But for the most part, our guys were pretty active with the shot challenges.
Up next, we're going to go with Tori Heck and then Mark Weiser.
Coach, we saw some good performances tonight. You mentioned from Justin Kier and then PJ Horn as well. How do you see Xavier leading those guys as only a sophomore when these guys are graduate transfers and not age events there? How have you seen Xavier handle that and stepping up?
He rooms with Justin and Andrew, and I think that helps a lot. And there's good respect on this team. You know, the camaraderie is building. And I think everybody, you know, you enjoy not only playing with Xavier, you enjoy being around Xavier. I mean, he's a happy person, and he's a joyful person. And that doesn't mean that he doesn't have bad moments and get angry. But like I said, you don't win with Moody, right? Especially in leadership. And he's anything but. I mean, he's everything but, I should say. He's a very charismatic kid. Can laugh at himself. Doesn't take himself too serious, but takes the game extremely serious. And people enjoy being around him. He's very, very confident young man.
I wondered how, when you see Tumani making those electric plays around the basket, kind of from a head coaching perspective, if you get excited as maybe the fans might, and also when you look at his growth that you'd like to see from game 3 here to game 25 at the end of this regular season, what are you looking for in his second year?
Well, I think just to continue to build on the confidence level that he has, and he's getting better. The jump shot is definitely better. He's got to learn to play in traffic a little bit better, and the passing will need to improve, you know, so we can play through him as a passer, you know, on the drive. But the cutting, the movement, the getting on the glass, the going up strong, all that stuff's starting to come. I think he'll get better and better. I really do. He'll finish even better as we go along. And I think the bottom line for him, for Chris Brown, for a lot of guys is let the game come to you. And Chris Brown did that tonight. He didn't do that on Wednesday night. So he didn't have a very good game. Tonight he did. He let the game come to him. He cut, he moved. And I think he's starting to recognize, you know, where that's at. And so Tumani's the same way. You know, with the way we move, all right, and the way the ball moves. And there were times in the first half the ball didn't move very well. And if it had, we probably would have been up more. But it moved much better in the second half. And I think the way we play, we are not a pull-it isolation team. You know, we'll isolate some in the post, but we are drive and kick, cut, space, get through the paint, cut behind the defense, constantly working on our cutting and every day. And so when you're doing that, you can't, especially with playing a kid like Justin and Severe, you can't help but get some looks. And I think that's where Tamani's got to continue to grow. And I think he's got to be talked into the breath as a defensive stopper, right? Whether he's guarding the post, whether he's guarding the guard. You know, by Nick Claxton's sophomore year, and obviously Nick was bigger, but Nick could guard 1 through 5. Not early. He couldn't guard 1 through 5 early, but he got to the point where he could. And that's what Tamani's got to be able to do for us.
All right, I'm actually going to go back to Ryan Curley, and then after that, we'll have the last question with Chip Towers.
Hey, Coach, you had 20. You guys committed 22 turnovers against North Georgia. That improved to just 16 in this game. Is that something that you guys tried to clean up in practice yesterday?
Well, we didn't do a lot on offense yesterday in practice. We really didn't. We did much more defensively, and we didn't practice very long at all. We need to, but a little bit of it the other night was trying to make plays that aren't there, right? You know, we deliver the ball. We don't try to get cute. And again, a lot of our turnovers the other night were from trying to make plays for other people, but they weren't fundamentally sound. And there were a few others, like on the break, if we throw a bounce pass on the break, you know, behind the defense, that's a dunk rather than a turnover. I mean, there's just a lot of little things we can get better at. And now hopefully we'll have a little bit of time that we can dive into the film and work through that as well. But we want to be a high possession but low turnover team, or lower turnover team. And I know when you play this fast, you're going to have some turnovers. But really, if you're out playing and running and you're getting an advantage on the break with your first 3 steps and the ball's out in front and your rim running game is good and your wings are running to the corners, it should make it a lot easier. And there shouldn't be a lot of forced passing. And that's what we've got to continue to build on.
Coach's Chip, on Severe, you've had a lot of great players. Just the art of the layup and his speed. I don't want to go off the reservation, you know, three non-conference games and all that, but his ability to get to the basket, the quickness there, and just convert it, it seems like at top speed. How hard is that, and why is he so good at it? And can you quantify it? Like, how fast is he going?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the speed. I know he's moving, and he's got some change of gears. He came in a very good layup maker, and there's no doubt about it. And we feel like he and Justin should be as the best layup makers, and Ty Fagan's in that boat too, is the best layup makers that we play against that are in this league. And sometimes we miss because of context. Sometimes we miss because we don't use the board. You know, Justin had one. We don't finger roll. He should have dunked it or used the glass. You know, we'd like to have some of those back. But Severe has been taught very well by his father and his coaches before he ever got here. And we just try to expand on it and also at the same time be able to score with either hand around the rim. But we try to spend a lot of time on layups, and we're going to continue to spend even more because that's how we have to win, because we're trying to get a lot of cuts.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Or good weekend. I'm sorry. Good.